Now then, let me see. Okay, let's hope this actually fucking works this time. I'm getting rather tired of having to deal with this game's shit, so I hope for the best and expect the worst. Now then, let's set our monitor and carefully monitor this game. Cool. I've done some testing. Because, well, after the game gave me so much trouble, I was not willing to take the risk of starting blind. Let's just say. And I shall explain to you what has happened. But of course, we can also do this while we're already playing, so, you know, there are chances there. Little monitors. Little internet browser thingy. Load your thing. Where my long list are you? There you are, Lano. I see YouTube being special again. That's what is my It's always such a treat when YouTube decides to be YouTube about it. Literally. Oh, little Kronos. Welcome. Hello there. After it took me a delay of at least 2 days, I can now play some Anno. Not that, to be fair, you know, Anno is much playing in general. It's more relaxation therapy than anything else, if you ask me. Okay, you all go away. Give me a second, I need to deal with something on my phone, because that's fun. But just in case you haven't had enough nonsense going on, yeah, take some more nonsense. I was wondering, why the fuck do you get messages with nice tendency always? I'm not fucking naive. The answer is, I don't know. I mean, no, I do know. I know why they're doing it. Because I expect that they can actually reach me like that. And, yeah, they're not wrong, technically speaking. Now then, Rabam. Up smartphone, and we change the view and reboot, and look at that, hop back in the game. We can play Anno again. That took embarrassingly longer than it should. Now then, I'll wait a second to see if it'll but let's look, there he is. Doesn't take him long to pop up, now does it? Hello, little hippogag. See, I told you I'd try to get this to run again, and I did. And I was working again. Now then. Let's see. What do we actually get out of the DLC if I host? That's actually a good question, isn't it? Well, it would be a very good question. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all, actually. But it took me a while to get things going, to put it mildly. You see, I wanted to play this on Monday. It didn't work. I was getting a fucking black screen. The game not loading into the main menu. So I uninstalled it. I wanted to reinstall it during the day while I was away. Because I didn't really want to do this during the night. Because the PC is not that far away from my bed, so, you know. Even though the fans are fucking quiet, I still hear them. And I don't really like that, so, you know. I started doing that. My fucking PC rebooted sometime during the day. I come home. It's like, it's a login screen to fucking Windows. Not good. You know? Then I did another stream, and then today, since, of course, you know, in the evening there was no way in hell it would actually manage to finish. There he is. Invite him. Why not? So today I finished, and I just hoped that the game would just fucking work. And it does for the moment. I mean, that's a fucking start. You know about that in AI character. Who actually? Let's look at those cans, shall we? Who have we not dealt with yet?
Von Malching is the name on everyone's lips at society.
You. And,
I may well be the foremost visionary of any era.
Jesus, he's a cunt. Colonization. Hello there, little Venus. Well, not so much colonization as more, the island has no inhabitants. That is what we claim, which is why we take it over. Other factions. It's just all of the cunts, basically. Oh, it takes him a while to load. It is not good. I just wanted to try it if I actually... excuse me, host the game. Well, if you want to. But that means we can't try out if I can actually give you access to the DLC. But then, go on, you do it. Playing some RimWorld and Democracy lately. Ah, RimWorld. I haven't played RimWorld in a while. RimWorld is a fun little game. Not to say that I'm fucking good at it, mind you, but it is enjoyable. Ah, the sheer nonsense that you can do. You can see, if you look at his menu, there's not, yeah, DLC not on the place. You see, that's the sort of bullshit I really hate. Even Paradox, being the greedy little cunts that they are, and Paradox is a greedy little cunt, to put it mildly, very mildly, will allow players to share the DLC. Now, assholes, like Ubisoft, they don't. Especially with mods. Yeah, the sheer amount of fucking nonsense you can do with mods in RimWorld is amazing. Of course, me being me, I do know there are some mods that add like cat people. Which amuses me greatly. Which amuses me even more is having cat girls around that I can take the organs out of and just sell. I've done some horrible shit in fucking RimWorld. I think that would be even worse than fucking war crimes. But alas, enjoyable nonetheless, I would say. Well, also this is going to be a very relaxed stream from my point of view. Adding ponies and furry people. I figured as much. See, we all have our little vices, don't we? You like one island and me too. Okay, I'll take my island. Shouldn't be that hard. I mean, depending on how many islands there are. Yeah. Just make sure there are enough islands then, because, if we are like, how many people are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Which means we would have to at least have 5 decent starter things. Okay, now we're 3. That makes it easier. I haven't played this in a while, but I'm looking forward to it. Anno, a very relaxed game. The only different problem is that this fucking game has a tendency to be somewhat choosy when it comes to its fucking music. Like, game, it's your main menu. You could give me some music if you wanted to. I'm gonna bite you. But no. Game is like, no. I don't want to. Now that I've talked about it, I kind of feel like playing some RimWorld at some point. I might wanna keep a mental note to look at it and maybe potentially deal with that. Just random start. One episode doing it with all of the patches right now in vanilla form, and then another stream full of all the fucking nonsensical fun mods I can find. Which are many. Quite many. Could be fun. Could be very fun. Yep, definitely can consider this. Definitely could consider that, couldn't I? Yes. I did like RimWorld when it originally came into its playable state. It was fun then. I don't think they've added good things though. Schienenständeris. Takes forever to fucking load. Classical. Oh, sure. Hello there, little ZZ.
I present my humble duty to you, and am confident you will
We're gonna be playing
transcend
some
your present
Rimworld now, isn't it fun?
circumstances.
Oh, I need to actually remember how to fucking play this.
Know what Annie does with royalists?
Oh yeah, there it is.
We dunk
I
him
was
full
about to
of
say,
fish.
game, would you please allow me to move my camera? And I'm like, yeah. No WASD
Her
for you.
Majesty leans on me to detain any who defile her
Yes.
sovereign law.
That's also something that is really a little bit annoying. You see how this road took a second to actually build itself? That's delay in multiplayer.
The Emporium
You
Exotic
really
looks
usually don't
forward
wanna
to your
have any
patronage,
sort of fucking
if
delay.
you can afford it.
Really don't, but honest.
If we meet again, I show you a fine time. I start with nostrils and an eider duck feather.
How the fuck am I supposed to be doing this if you
Lady
start me on an
Harwood
island?
Hunt, near Harlow.
Why didn't you put me in my
I
own
hope
team then,
you're
you
not expecting
mongoloid?
me to
Come
go
on, little
easy
pepper
on
gag.
you.
You're not really thinking ahead now, are
Awaiting
you?
instructions.
I need to pack some of... I thought you just put me on an island. Have to think with me. You do know that. Yeah, here's the fish.
Attention
Now I need
the
to fucking
Admiral.
cellular somewhere else. Ugh, such a pain. I really need to set this up better. You want me to have my own island?
On our way.
Be smarter about it. Put me on my own team so I have my own island. Because now I need to sail somewhere else. It's a pain. In case you haven't realized it. Look at that. He isn't really the sort out type, let's just say. Okay, you know what? This island seems nice. I'm just going to sail over here and take this nice little island. The mountains here. Seems
On our
nice.
way.
How many resources do I actually need for building that? I have forgotten long ago.
Flagship awaiting instructions.
Hey, not thought out. I would have set this up better. See. Now I can claim to be the superior game master. At least this looks nice.
Sails.
A natural environment. What else is there? Such a pain, such a pain.
New orders.
See, children, if you want to play Anno with multiple people on multiple islands, split them up in teams, and the game will automatically settle you
On our way.
on your own island. Instead of having some poor cunt, in this case my case, having to sail all the fucking way over there. For no good reason. What's that? A microphone. Nice, now you can hear me in stereo.
Rudder.
I sure do to you.
Coordinates plotted.
So, Zizi, you're on live Twitch stream if you want to know. Well, a bit too late, you know, you should have informed him earlier, of course he's here. Let me see, at the moment we have like, what, 5 views? Jesus Christ. How of you people put out of your mind that you're gonna come on channel? It's interesting. Did you possibly miss my message? Did I miss your message? Where did you message me? Tell me, little Venus. Because, you know, I'm not really that long at home, so if you have sent it somewhere the last few times, it could be. Tell me. Not just tell me what you said.
Flagship ready for orders.
In this very chat. What did you say in this very chat? You said you were playing some Rimworld, and you said that you have mods for ponies and furies. Furies. And that's all I see. There's nothing else. At least as far as my Twitch is concerned. And do look at the chat and tell me precisely what I have missed. I say now, because I really don't have much to do, considering that I have to sail my ship all the way fucking up here. Such a pain.
Coordinates plotted.
Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead, tell me.
Steersman.
Oh, that is. I don't know no story up here. Yuri Gagarin. Accidentally went through a wormhole and ended up in the Rimworld. That's an interesting story. I do like it when you put a bit of an RP aspect on things like that. Hundreds of light years away from Earth and...
attention for the Admiral.
There's no point in plotting.
No future. He doesn't even know as though he was shut down by the Americans. Ah, an interesting story setup you have going there. You kinda like it. Sure, tell me more of the story. I mean, the good thing about playing a game like Anno is that you have all the time in the world, basically, to do shit. Because, well, yeah, it's by its nature a very slow game. That is interesting. Poor Yuji Gagarin. Ending up on one of the Rim worlds. Meaning he will find himself surrounded by friendlies. To be fair, you know, most of the people on the Rim worlds are kinda dicks, actually. Oh, horrible things to you. That's putting it fucking mildly, mind you. You know what, I'm just going to stretch this all the way to the end of the mountains, because we fucking can. Not my money I'm spending, technically speaking. I'm spending the money of the Papa God. Because since he was like, I will play in a team. For now, all of his money belongs to me. Not that we're making any money, mind you. We're actually making a fucking minus, but meh. Yes, do tell me more. I do like that games like that actually allow you to get your own interpretation going or things. Gives it a bit more spice. It's like, you know, usually I do try to roleplay my own characters a little bit so that they stay somewhat consistent, you know. Play something like the Star Wars game. If I play fucking Sith, I try to be as, you know, evilly Sithy as I can. Because that kinda makes sense. Let's make another one here.
The words make me wonder. Are you the one the omen said would come?
Are you on drugs? Oh yeah, that guy. That guy is absolutely on drugs. Don't mind me. I forgot. That guy? Yes. Drugs. Many drugs. See, children, this is what happens when you take too many drugs. It does horrible things to you. You shouldn't do that. Otherwise you end up like this guy and start sniffing everyone and go like, ah. You don't want to be that guy. That's just saying. Actually, the way to this beach sounds like a very nice way to set up a some production at the very least. So we set up a temporary home. Ah, yes. In my case, when I ever set up a temporary home, it kind of ends up being a very, staying thing. Because, you know, that's just making it like, I'm just gonna do this temporary, and years later it's still just there, like, nothing's changed. Oops. And I forgot about that. My house. Set up schnapps, because my German people will have some schnapps, otherwise they will rebel both brutally and furiously. I couldn't even blame them for that. Okay, you know what? That's actually not bad. And I can just flip one there. And tweak like this. Nothing in. Only tribal person travels through the map. He decided to keep his distance, but a few days later, a robot crash happened. I'm investigated in Delhi. A pony named Honest. Of course, it's a fucking pony. I mean, you know, on one hand, I would curse you for your predictability, but on the other hand, it wouldn't really be the little Venus if not suddenly random pony pops up. I mean, how the fuck you would know that the pony is named Honest? Usually ponies don't just, you know, go up to you, shake your hand to hoof and go like, hey, my name is Honest, but as I have learned, thanks to the, what's it called? Equestrian War, I think is the name of the pony mod for Hearts of Iron. Those ponies can do many things. Apparently. For example, they can build machine guns. They wouldn't immediately consider that to be normal, but you're wrong.
Flagship
There you
awaiting
go.
instructions.
Now then, how long is this going to take to reset? A long time. Chip. Go over there. Shall we say? Go over there. Build and use. Indeed. And the only thing I'm wondering, and that is something that has annoyed me since the start of this. Oh yeah, that could explain it. Like, why don't we have any music? Because I set it to 0 because I listen to my own music. Well, you know, Anno technically speaking doesn't have a bad soundtrack. Now we come to another function that is disabled in the fucking multiplayer, which I kinda hate. That is the fact that usually you have a speed up button. That can make, you know, time pass a bit faster so that your resources can generate a bit faster.
You reached a new
We don't
milestone.
have that in fucking multiplayer. I get it, you know, it would probably fuck up things. Yes. God fucking damn it, do I wish I had it right about now. Because waiting for resources to come in is such a royal pain in the ass. Putting it fucking mildly. Yes, okay. Now, let's see if I remember how to do this. I do. Because this is actually something they added that I personally really enjoy. First-person perspective. I can run, look at the nice skybox. I can run to my village. We're like, oh no, oh no. Now let me see if I remember how to do the... Pew! It should the firebox up. Now the good thing is, technically speaking, if you're playing this with somebody else, what you do is basically you take over a random model to walk through the street, so you can quite literally end up being a little boat. And the guy in a boat, you know, just driving your boat along the street. I do think this is one of the most one to have sort of feature. Also, you know, your people look like Empire Earth people close up. I mean, quite literally. Now that sort of graphic. Yep, that's precisely what I was expecting from fucking Empire Earth. And I look at it. Empire Earth is fucking old. Why my people look so primitive?
The river looks inviting.
Aha.
Sorry, let's tell
No child.
Accompany me along the promenade.
You sound like a very adult man, my child.
Then you'll agree to have your portrait.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, thank heavens for the paperback.
For bloody farmer, I don't even think you have much of a paperback apart from maybe a paper.
Ooh, such splendid feathers.
Even if the cape doesn't give a shit. I'm not doing any work. First person mode. Yeah, the many features that are that much converted you wanted to have than this particular one. Tell you that much. Now then, my little people, what do you desire? Or close. Understandable. Good times in Anno times. But seriously, I'm making far too little in the way of wood. Maybe I should actually enhance that. Which, you know, funnily enough, would cost more wood. Da, da, da. Opposing to join his cause, and to build up his base. You may join on through hospitality recruiting. Hospitality recruiting. Take prisoners like a man. And as a saving from port crash. I was able to begin slow industrialization, especially with his concrete mixer machine he's able to build better. Ah, you really want to make me play some fucking
I
Rimworld.
need out with me lowly troubles. Fancy making hay while the sun shines, master?
Shut up, farmer. I'm far too big to deal with your small quest. I let other people handle that. Now, while we wait for a slow and tedious build-up of resources, resources.
Keen as a three-legged goat.
Aye, that hurts, yeah. Especially in a situation like this where you are basically part of one larger team and you can't just walk away from this. Ooh, that's painful. Ooh, Yuri, I mean, I question his taste in building up a relationship with a horse. Or to a fair pony in this case. But you know, loneliness does strange things to people. Poor little Yuri, being all alone on that island, feeling bad about himself.
Attention for the Admiral.
Oh, look at that little gun going like, ah, look at my city, it has more progress. Yeah, you started earlier than me. Of course your city has more progress than me. That ain't the challenge.
That's all we ask.
He did have a wife, so he quickly came over his lost wife and decided to not date he as a human female there was. He decided to date the horse. It was like I was disappointed by women once before. Now, that pony looks mighty appetizing. I do love how, you know, that sounds so completely out there that in any normal sort of conversation, everybody would turn around, look at you, go like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Fancy an ale after work?
Which, you know, fair point. Also, ignore that bragging part. Pony was a nudist. How can a pony be a nudist? Aren't ponies by nature nudists because they're not wearing anything? I have some serious questions. You know? A logical part of any German soul is going to be like, ah, that's strange. Don't you know that you're supposed to speak German to your horses? At least according to some. Because, you know, noble language to a noble animal. Who actually was it that said that? I don't know what there's that one quote from that one girl. It's like, I'm speaking 5 languages, I'm speaking different languages to different people, and my horse. I always speak German to your horse. Questions, my friends. Very important questions. The good thing is, it's just time to go out and read a little bit of a story here. Oh, what happened next? That story. Everybody looks at the ponies and the horses out on the fields and goes like, disgusting! Would you please wear some clothing? A children here. Was every normal person gets confused like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why though? How can it be that we are lacking that much in the way of workers? Probably because the little Papa got back at managing. All the little Papa Gag's fault for, you know, misusing our work pool. Mismanagement. That's the usual thing. You get used to it.
You reached a new milestone.
Ugly. There's only one thing we can do to solve this problem. Where would it be? Where would it be? Better. Time to build more houses. People can live here. Before we do that, I kind of would like to build a fire station, just in case. Nudist pony, though. Nudist pony. All the things. Would that work? Yeah, that would work. Not ideally, but it will work. It's close enough for government work. Actually, I'm pretty sure I made you one too short, didn't I? Yes, I did. We can correct that. There are no problems that cannot be solved by brute forcing them. One of those very important little lessons in life. Yep. Yep. Because we long here. Bit long here. Then I need to get more workers. Why, you might wonder? Some of us are very bad at managing the workers pool. Which reminds me, since, you know, technically speaking, I'm now starting my next year of qualifications, my next round. Just started, you know, learning about that particular nonsense again. It's like, okay, there's a certain volume of work that we need to do in a certain amount of time, and we need a certain pool of workers for it, and so how do we make the fucking math for that? It's like, well, just goes that he builds a giant spaceship. Well, of course, that's kind of the goal of the game. Just got to build the infrastructure needed for that. But the spaceship, he will try to find Earth. Check out his comrades gets to that point. If he wanted mod, he will also get his comrades' family members. Get kidnapped, brought to the colonies, no one is left behind. Nice integrated little setup you have going there. I like it. That was nice if you had a bit of, you know, good old RPing to stuff like that, because otherwise, I mean, you know, Rimworld is still fun, just like that, but it makes a lot more fun if you actually get somewhat more invested in it. Damn it, I really want to play some Rimworld. I think the only thing Rimworld has ever, at least as far as I'm concerned, felt a bit lacking in was the multiplayer aspect, because I think that multiplayer could be fun, managing a little colony together. I mean, hell yeah, I could totally get behind that. Multiplayer is fun. Generally speaking, in multiplayer adds a lot. 2 games. Not every game, though. Because if you try to fucking force multiplayer into everything, you really destroy your games. Yeah, it is so nice. Damn it.
Nice day for it.
It all set up that particular game on my list again. Remember, it hasn't been on a list for a while because, well, frankly, I kind of forgot about it, to be fair.
A competitor raised a settlement.
It's kind of how my mind works. Haven't seen it in a while, and then it's like, whoopsie, gone from the mind. The safe shit much. I'm actually going to space and fly to other planets. There's 15 planets and then gives up. But he will decide to find a new grand home. To take over and establish a new, true Soviet nation. It has a multiplayer mod now. I wasn't aware of that. It's interesting, I'm gonna have to check that out. But if there's a multiplayer mod and it's somewhat stable and workable, I might actually wanna set up a multiplayer campaign in the Rim world.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Because that sounds rather amazing. Ah. Actually, makes it even more tasty. Yes, I can see myself having another nice, fun little game there. And at some point we will have enough workers again. Someone would stop misusing all of the working people. Now, I guess not everybody can be a benevolent ruler like me, you know, who gives people jobs and I guess technically speaking I'm not paying them any money, but they're paying me money, so truly I am the state. It's like, you there, company, pay your people a decent wage so they can pay me a decent amount of taxation. Do I want to change that around? I mean, not really. The people are somewhat happy at the moment, aren't they? Tell me you're happy. Yes, you are. And I would like to have a pep though. Hey, this is why you need speed up in games like this, otherwise you're gonna sit here and like, damn it, I need one more wood. How long is that one more wood going to take? Well, depends. In the meantime, where did I...
Humble trade ships, nothing more.
I was relatively sure I had it packed somewhere. But where? Yeah, that's all of the ladies. Actually, isn't there a list for that? How specifically does this go again? Statistic. That's just finances. Goddamn, I forgot how to play this game. I don't remember.
Patience is the most underestimated.
Shut up, woman.
I shall be waiting.
Nobody likes you. Not welcome here, old lady, for good reasons. I think actually that's the game where there was a dwarf before. Actually, I'm pretty sure we were dwarf everybody. If memory serves, that is. Yeah, talk that we would already need bricks, yeah. At least this time I think I have an island that has bricks, yeah. I mean, technically speaking, not bricks yet. It has clay, but clay can be made into bricks. Very important distinction. But that also means we would need workers. I guess technically we don't need workers.
There ain't enough of us.
You don't say.
Look busy, people.
Like if 10 colonists and they want to go to space, then they'll have to kidnap 10 to 15 family members. Payment to kidnap costs a lot of money. You also have to build cryogenic caskets for circa 25 people. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that will take a while, to put it mildly. I think with all of my playthroughs of RimWorld, I only really quote-unquote finished, you know, like, you know, getting a spaceship up and actually getting it to fucking space, like, once or twice. Usually, at some point, I'm like, this is becoming a bother. It's too much work. I would like to do something else. A very typical, me kind of thing. It's like with fun, you know, playing it in small doses, totally okay. Fun enough. But, if you were to try to force me to play this non-stop for like a week or so, I would probably, yeah, considering it's me we're talking about, I would probably die.
I've held such sentiments back, but you're right. It could be time to be more direct.
Yeah, no, Grandma. No reason for that, Grandma. Considering the overload that thing has, and let's build another little warehouse, shall we? Jesus Christ, doing that. I mean, doing it for a small crew of like 4 to 5 people, getting them to space is already a pain in the ass. Doing that for 25 people, jeez. I mean, it's a goal. That's gonna take you some time, though. I'll put it mildly. Very mildly. Eve is in RimWorld, far away from Earth. Dude in this wooden hut tells you in the year circa 1960. Yeah, you would probably assume he's like a bit insane in the head. Maybe a bit, you know, damaged. Like, yeah, you know, probably some travel sickness or something. Look at that, we have workers now. Which is good, though having only one clay pit is going to cut me somewhat fiercely along the way. I tell you that much already. Also, of course, these cunts want piggies to eat.
Something for all seasons.
Like, nobody was surprised. Those would require bricks. Of course they would. There too, nobody was really surprised.
That blooming turnip was the size of her head.
Time to make some bricks. Okay, what the fuck? See, that's also one of the reasons why I had playing the game. Somebody comes along and fucking destroys my things. Makes me want to do horrible things too. Did I actually redo this? I'm pretty sure I did, didn't I? I'm smart enough to do something like this, don't I? There it is. No. Need to build a clay pit. Mid-set for Yuri. Once loved ones, long dead. It's beloved nation. Soviet Union. When you remember earthly history, nerds. We're lucky that communism may still exist. It's not how he remembers it. I guess from his point of view, it would be rather lost that the Soviet Union is around. I mean, they were the guys that actually managed to put him into space, to be fair. The rest of the world is like, oh, God, good fucking riddance that thing is gone. If they get somebody from that time, would probably think a bit differently about it. Understandable to some degree, yes, but still, you know. That's somebody.
I don't always treat grievances so lightly.
Yep, you're annoying me, old lady. Nobody likes you.
We've run out of cabins.
I don't think you do. I think you have more than enough. You're just lazy. Stop being lazy. Start working harder. I can force you to work harder, people. Don't forget that. There's actually an option. You can go in here and I can make more. Yeah, you don't have enough to upgrade anymore. But yeah, it's a bit of a sad state to come back home. I mean, it's the whole... What's the name? Wasn't it the story of Rip Van Winkle, basically, or something? I'm bad with remembering names, mind you, but... Basically, so, you know, way of telling... You come back and tell everybody the story of how you know... You're basically from the past, 100 years ago. Everyone you know and love is dead, and you're sitting like, ah, shit. I'm sad now. Or the world would look mighty differently. I mean, you know, back in the past when everybody imagined the future to be bright and full of flying cars and no problems whatsoever. Yeah, look where we ended up. Look at that little cunt. You see that? I should stop doing that because otherwise I'm gonna go over to his island and start deleting massively. Believe you me, I will. Don't you oops me. If I see you on my island again, I'll come over to your island. My deletion will be brutal. Remember that. Yeah, maybe in the legends, you know, if you live long enough without all of the necessities that come from Earth, that you're used to, the point where you have become as a civilization, tribal, then yeah. I can tell you very much. You ain't going to remember much apart from maybe, you know, the local legend. It's like, yeah, the wise man, the shaman said that there was a place full of glitter and cool shit that, you know, everybody was living far better than we do now. Good times. Now you see why I don't like team play. Look at the workforce.
One final look.
Ah. Someone's gonna get his ass kicked. Don't really give a shit. Yeah, I mean, if you, after that long time, would really cover Earth, that would be a shock. Like, yeah, things have changed. Somewhat. Somewhat fiercely. Sometimes I need some rockers, don't I? Yes, it's time to upgrade some houses. I can upgrade my houses. Why aren't you happy? Oh yeah, because you now need to be fucking done. Because you know what glitter was are. In basic terms, yes. Or do you want to make a very specific point?
Flagship at your service.
I see what he's doing there. You see that too.
Flagship
Be such a
awaiting
shape.
instructions.
Oh dear, lost your flagship. Well, I'll see what I can rustle up.
He was basically planning to have plenty of government. Advanced technology in databases, pretty much YouTube, yes. Yeah. Basically, they are the far future ideal version of the world. Although, you know, if you have free access to everything, that makes people rather compliant and not willing to do. And we do kind of need some challenges usually, otherwise we are not going to, how to put it mildly, evolve much further as a society. And again, I guess if you've already reached a certain utopian state, then you really want to go further. Question for the ages. Question for the ages indeed. Let's have a look. I have a very distinct anti-colony because I'm not a freaking colony. I'm not gonna give the mainland that I was forced to obey any of my resources. That ain't how that works. I tried to explain that to a little bubble guy. He's, you know, special. Ah, pleasant. That's what you get for stealing stuff, my friend. You don't steal stuff. The colonies do not like that. I'm basically America when it comes to that. Damn it, wrong button. I shall be America about it. Still be stuck a database. Technically speaking, yes, maybe. Potentially. Kinda hard to imagine that anybody would actually reasonably still be interested in that, because, you know, why look up history and try to learn from it if you have no need for that any longer? Oh, basically, you know, if you have basically free drugs available to you anyway, and you can live nice and pleasantly, would you really go further than you need to in your daily life? So people's concentrating. Yeah, that's just really cool. Yeah. You need to reach a certain state. That's actually interesting. Before that, you are not going to get interested in your own history, let alone larger histories. And above a certain state, you also will not be interested any longer. Because you're too busy
Reached a new milestone.
being satisfied. Maybe. Really depends, honestly. Physical pleasures can be somewhat distracting.
Competitors are now at war.
More focus. Ah, such a nice, quaint little village. Ah, he is. That's his problem, though. Wants to be at war, he can be. Shall not judge him too harshly for that. Quaint little village. Da, 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 da. Good thing I'm not involved in that war. Anything else? Delete. Nobody cares. A good balance, as you know. Some changes do need to remain in our life, otherwise we kinda end up very, very, very bored. Actually, while we're at it, let's take that route. How do I deal with those routes again? Better. Let's leave no doubt about what we know. Now then, as I said, a quick button would really be helpful. Well, just quite depressing. Not life on the rim world, it probably will never be united. Just not any TL technology possible to form a multi-system government. Yeah, kinda. Basically, every planet is on its own, and larger galactic communication, which would be one of the key essential of actually having a multi-system, is really lacking. Without that, things are difficult.
Some scared broke close.
Yeah, I need... Probably I could actually afford to... Yeah, precisely have enough for that. And again, isn't it rather fitting that humanity would split up over many systems and would probably enter a boring state episode just throughout the fucking galaxy? Sounds like something humanity would actually pull off. Because, you know, assuming the best of your neighbor is a bit of a dying ideology. Chatnish indeed. Look at that. The Queen Port Town. The only thing we're not producing is fucking rum, otherwise we could claim to be the Caribbean. We're like, yes. There'd be rum here. Would mean we would need sugar. Also, we'll just pick up the game is, since it's actually rather slowly building up, I can just sit here and clean my pipes. A very important duty that needs to be done always. It's like, but sure, we don't get any resources. Shut up. You'll get your resources in time. Now then. Do the next batch of water wheel build. Oh, look at his little showdown. Golden behind. Would you call your ship that?
Flagship at your service.
Now then. Carefully watch this, shall we? Ah, I see. Such a shame.
Oh dear, lost your flagship. Well, I'll see what I can rustle up.
You stop stealing my shit. I stop destroying your ships. The logic there is fucking conclusive. I'm not your colony. Even if I were, I'd be fucking American about it. I'd be throwing all of your tea in the fucking harbor and go like, nope. Don't force me to come over to your island and destroy your fucking shit, my friend. Because I'm willing to do that. Narcotech. Advanced humans are not able to understand it, and Arcobots are able to develop those technology. If they can explain it. Yep. And would we really cooperate with them? Let's be honest about it. I can really not see that happening. As humans, we already have trust issues with fucking ourselves and our own species, so, you know, would we really trust the Arcobots to, Nope. I guess no, I would just like to point out, probably not.
There aren't enough of us.
Yes, I know. There will be enough of you, soonish. Is there anything we can reduce for a moment
We
workforce
put our
raise?
love into this.
Yeah, I can probably reduce that for a second. Maybe one of those. Just so my people actually get some fucking fish. Because, you know, people work surprisingly bad if they don't get any food. It's like, huh, you don't say. People need to be fed in order to work efficiently. Come on. Why? Yes, yes, what? What's going on there? Where's the fucking chat thing? It's not the chat I wanted to look at. Oh, there it is. That seems like a very broken conversation, doesn't it? It's like, haha, you're at war, and he's like, yes. Well, either he has a very relaxed perspective towards the idea of being in war, or he's like, yes. Big chance that a scenario like Rimworld can happen. I'm completely sure we can speed up ships as ourselves to a speed faster than the damn physicals allow. I mean, you know, that's kind of the point of having physics. It's like, okay, so you can go until here, not further. And again, you know, humanity, make it desperate enough and we will find ways. I can tell you as much. Humanity is pretty great at that. Push us up against the wall? Well, certainly we'll find solutions. But whispering, that's not nice to do. I wouldn't do that in reality now. You wouldn't stand in front of me and start whispering to each other now, would you? Because I can tell you I will stare at you very, very amusedly and go like, stop. Get some help. As before I forget to point it out, much as I hate to say it, today I actually am somewhat short on time, so we'll have to basically end it in like the next half hour or so. Because tomorrow is another long day at work. But now that Anno actually works again, we can actually get down and play more sessions. Took a while to get here again, but hey. Let's just hope the game doesn't randomly decide to fucking not start up again. I would fucking like to know what the fucking problem is with that. Also because I'm getting fucking tired of actually having to reinstall the game. Shame. I have my internet speed, and that takes far, far, far too fucking long to be pleasant. You really want to play this game? Little papagag. Don't listen to my promises now, do you?
You reached
Wait a second.
new milestone.
Which ship is that?
New orders?
How many more do I need to destroy actually in order for that to work? We'll probably be able to find a way. Maybe I also never thought a human could walk on the moon, but we did.
Well, I
With
see.
technology that was so fucking primitive, you wouldn't believe it. We made it to the fucking moon. Pretty damn amazing if you ask me. But hey, that's humanity in a nutshell. It's just that you really don't want to, you know, compromise on your policy of treating me like a freaking colony, then I will not compromise on my policy of shooting everything that comes in my harbor. Especially not your ships. Is it this again? No need to go around and look for where my road is once again fucking broken. Rich issue pain in my ass, isn't it? Oh, that is. I think it's time to be a bit more special about it. Well, I mean, you know, he started it. And I'm not the kind of guy who sits down and goes like, yes, sure, go ahead, annoy me and steal my resources. No. When it comes to my colony, getting treated as a colony, I suddenly become very American. I go like, no, your tea goes in the harbor now.
Something for all seasons.
Happens to the best of us. It's basically my normal mode of operations. There, I enhanced this island. And I'm a nice person. Throw the darn tea into the harbor. Indeed, precisely. If an enemy ship docks here and tries to tax me, I'm going to take their tea, throw it in the harbor, and go like, fuck you. As I said, you know, I can become very American about such things. If you force me to. Which is why you should never force me to do that. Nein, nein, the world goes blind, Scandi. Indeed. I mean, the logic is rather... Yes. Because, you know, let's say that you start with 2 eyes. And, you know, you take your enemy's eye, and he's like an eye for an eye, and he takes yours, and you go back and take another eye, then yes, at some point you both will be blind. The fact that people still feel... I mean, don't get me wrong, I can understand the idea of taking revenge, and why we do it, why we would react to a perceived crime like that. It's pretty damn understandable if you've ever been wronged in your life. But still, the revenge has to stop at some point, otherwise, well, the world will burn. Yeah, you would really like my prosperous little island to be your fucking property. Okay. Look at this shit, look at it this way, yes? It's not me that's the aggressor here, I'm basically innocent little Americans that don't want to be taxed. And then there's a Kantish overlord on the other side who's like, no, I'm gonna destroy all of your shit now. What's a man supposed to be doing about that? You tell me. I say now, all of my shit is basically swimming now in the harbor. Means I need to make sure that there are no roads that steal my shit. Understandable. What is the difference between revenge and injustice?
Attention for the Admiral.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh dear, lost your flagship. Well, I'll see what I can rustle up.
Revenge. Good old-fashioned revenge. That again. You do now. Eye for an eye. That's basically what I do in games like this. If you start messing with my island, stealing my resources, I will fucking murder your island. In every fucking bloody way I can. Don't tempt me. I have patience for that. I have very much patience for that. Some people need to be taught a lesson. That again. Well then, tell me, little Venus, how am I supposed to be reacting to that unprovoked violence against my people and their livelihood? What, dear Venus, should I do about it? When I get throwing tea into the hammer, they commit terrorism in London. Technically speaking, what I'm doing would also be considered terrorism, wouldn't it be? Willfully destroying the structure of the enemy. Not caring much, you know. Civil casualties. To be fair, the other side doesn't care either if my people starve to death because they annoy and steal our resources. Listen now, throwing a bit of TD Harbor was just the start. There were many bloody battles afterwards. Sometimes, apparently, that's how humans are made. Violence is the only answer, basically. Is what it comes down to. I don't know. I need to be creative. I need to find a better way to do this. Maybe, just maybe, you know, declaring a bit of war would work well, now that I think about it. Probably would, actually. And then before we get all up and about, we should probably build a fire station. Because now, it's always a bit too late to build your fire station once the fires actually start rolling around. That's usually when you realize, fuck, I've seen it coming. For some more wood. Okay, but we do need to upgrade those. Training the daring firefighters of tomorrow, today, so that when the fire starts, I'm not just sitting there and starving. And then start to really get that farming going with some good old-fashioned grain. Come on. Can't build there, eh? Good of that I can't just build to there. That's probably because it's full. Yep. Wait a minute. We need a broken baker. And we drop to the warehouse. And we will. Soonish. Very soonish. Ah, my people are still starving. My poor people. Try too hard. Live the good life.
Flagship awaiting instructions.
Every rose has its thorns.
Yes, 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 people. Don't complain so much. You'll get your shit. It'll take a while, but you'll get fed again. Yes, I'm a nice person. I feed my people. Well, again, that is.
This suits us very well.
Actually, wouldn't that be an ideal money waster? I was just about to test it out. As if you can survive in this game fucking thriving.
Will you build us? Will you work your magic?
The only way you would absolutely do is if they destroy your fucking harbor, which is not going to happen. That explains why I'm not getting much fish. Look at that little cunt. He's trying to starve my people. What am I supposed to be saying about that? Can't have my people starving now, can we? You know what happens when my people starve? My people will take bloody revenge.
We lack the requisite materials.
Shut up, you'll get those. Ah, da, 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 da. What's happening? Switch drop ornaments. Never understood where those came from. Why I have them. But I do have them.
We are amused.
I'd imagine so. The queen is very amused. Yes, yes, too many brands, bro. Just pick up the fucking fish. Better. My people are not any longer starving. You really want to play like this? That's not a wise idea. It was always a state of assured destruction on both sides. He has lost his patience. See, that is why you do not play with fire. Because fire has a tendency to fight back. You don't have any trade rights with this party. You don't say, game. How am I supposed to be having trade rights? Because I don't have a fucking building any longer. What's happening? Says the fucking guy who steals my resources. If that ain't rude, I don't know rude. Hey, that is why I said, don't start a fucking war with me. If you're not willing to take it to the last point. Which you did. You stole my shit. You made my people starve. Also, you know, he then deleted my poor little settlement. A bit overkill, mind you. But I mean, it's not bad timing. I had to end it anyway, so in a short while. Gonna watch a bit more of this nice Anno. You know, I'm out of time, basically. I'm just gonna sit here and watch a bit more of the sunrise while I finish this up. Today's gonna be a short stream. Tomorrow I actually have to do the early morning shopping, which means I have to get up instead of, like, you know, at 5. A few earlier. I have to do something before work. And I hate it. I really do. But story for another. I know, I'm out of time, little papagag. I'm out of time. Not the best thing. Growth saying something along the lines of a choice is hit between cowardice and violence. I would advise violence. Which use arms in defense of honor, and then remain the vile witness of dishonor. I mean, yes, there is a there's a certain, how to put this mildly, set of circumstances which should be answered with violence. You can't just sit there and swallow everything. You have to defend certain basic rights, at the very least. Not in the way that many modern people seem to interpret that sort of mindset, sadly. People are strange nowadays. Honestly, the world nowadays, at least as far as the internet is portraying it, is kind of scaring me, honestly. People seem to be really aggressively in their defendance of their views. Not too sure if that is a necessarily good thing. Yes. I mean, you know, I can't force you, quite literally, and I've learned it in 5 minutes. There's no real good in me starting another game with you, but we can set up another game. Actually, let me see, which day do we have? Wednesday, right? Yes, Wednesday. Can probably play next Monday, now that the game is working again. We have more time. I can plan some longer times ahead. More fun. Technocracy. I need to get rational thinking back into people's mindset. Honestly speaking, yes. What do you expect me to do about this? I mean, you can come over here and do my job for me if you want to. In which case, yeah, sure, go ahead. Now streaming doesn't help. That helps you the last time when you were a baby. After that, it kind of stops being helpful. Not like I wouldn't want to play a bit more, but just not an option. As I said, I can offer you another stream another time. It's not going to help if you stubbornly refuse to accept reality, little papagak. It ain't going to help. Listen to what I'm telling you. Listen and listen well. Because that's how that works. But yes, rational thought should always prevail. Also, you know, that whole taking side and then never ever changing your side is also not really... It's not really a good thing. Aside for bitch, just gotta find the best way to fix our problems. And with best way I mean science and tests would be the best. And some holy book. Indeed. I mean, the fact that religion is not really the end-all to all questions should actually have been obvious at this fucking point. Religion has for a long time not given us nearly as many answers as it has promised us. People should probably, you know, find for a new messiah. I'm not saying that there's no place for religion in life. There is, certainly, if you wish it to. But that's all. That should be just one more aspect to your life that enriches it and not, you know, binding you in fucking chains of thought. But alas. Sadly, I don't think religion will be ever nearly as flexible as it would need to be, but... I'm sorry to hear that, but as I said, you know, I quite literally can't do anything about it. And screaming about it is not going to help you. Much as I hate to say it. And I also offered you to play another game, you know, next Monday, for example. Can't accept that. I kind of feel like we are not going to have an agreement here. I do love the graphics though. I know it's nice to look at. I mean, the old ones were also nice to look at, but it's actually one of the few series that actually really works well with graphical improvements. This particular pipe really needs a bit more cleaning though. Hey, I'm multitasking. Actually still cleaning pipes while I'm sitting and waiting for the time to tick down. Are we actually still making points? You said so, yes. You do seem to have a bit of a problem listening to people, you know? You might want to look into that. Just saying. It's not really helpful otherwise. Here's a good example, you know, communication. It's how it is a very important part of our life. Rainbow, eh? I need to put it on the list again. I will put it on the list again. Just to make sure. It's really just a creation of randomness sounds. Let's call it in a god. Fair enough, yeah, it does. Now on here, the science gives more proven answers than the holy books. So I mean, just created those gods. They never existed. I mean, most likely, yes. But you know, I'm not really against letting people believe what they want, as long as their beliefs do not impact their rational thought. You can, in the back of your head, be like, yes, creation of God. Sounds cool, sounds fun. I mean, hey, maybe you were created by one of those, you know, old-time Neolithic goddesses. You know, the ones with the white hips and the big breasts. Sounds pleasant enough, mind you. But like, yeah, that's the Holy Mother. It's like, yeah, I would bang that. But if you let that actually part your thinking, then that's kind of a problem. Yeah, because, you know, religion tries to force things, and especially thoughts, into a very specific way. And it's really hard to take that cornerstone away from it, without completely changing the religion it is. Bit of a problem, that one. Ah, sad as that is, you know, sad as that is. But yes, generally speaking, you know, in a very general sense, whatever people want to believe in, let them be. Just, you know, make sure that they are well taught enough to understand that religion is not supposed to be giving you the answers for life, because, well, it ain't going to work well. You know it, I know it, everyone actually to some degree has understood it. Check copy? No? Don't need a check copy from you. What about it? You're just gonna write some nonsense about me. Actually, what would he write about me?
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we
If
may
the
show
Juliet recently
truth
say dismantle a
or
message as
anything
consequence of any
actually
difference
in
between
my,
us.
Our broadsheet.
Alas. Well, I mean, to be fair, I was well aware that this was going to be a short stream, sadly enough, considering the plan from wrong. That it is. Maybe, you know, in one way it could be peaceful, to be fair.
My first tip-off was a riot
You know,
at a mill.
like just
I got the
sleeping for
line
eternity.
only to take a
Man, I love
stone
sleeping.
to the head.
Especially the older I get, but
When I came to everyone and my story.
But it is somewhat disgrunting to just have a large nothingness there. And I mean, we don't know for certain. The only way to actually find that answer is to die, and well, when you're dead, you're not going to come back and be like, hey, I know the answers, no? Some people do speak of different things. Well, I mean, at least in a physical form, you will cease to exist, believe you me. I had the opportunity to bring people, you know, into the earth. Not by killing them, but by, you know, burying them. I can tell you, yes, at some point, your physical form will cease to exist. Or maybe at some point we will have the necessary technology to actually keep people's minds at least alive to some degree. But, indeed. Working as an undertaker, you know. You pick up people, you freeze the people, you make them look nice, and then you bring them to the graveyards. Where you stand very maniacally looking at the grave and go like, yes, you're dead now. Go on to the ground, please. Then you let some poor guy who actually works at the graveyard do the rest. You know, the labor. Quite the mentally taxing job, though, to be fair. Now then, not only have I managed to clean my pipe, it is also late, to be fair. Now what I will try...
It's important to be true to oneself.
Oh, what I will try, rather, is to actually get some more playtime, but the way it looks like this, tomorrow is probably going to be another short one, because, well, I have another full day yet, and the day after, Friday, I might be able to start a bit earlier, but that's that. We'll see how the weekend works out. Basically. Schmuck. Pollution. Industrialization. That's work like a charm, though. And then we'll see how next week is. There's going to be, I feel, not that much time. I mean, you know, some days I can stretch it to like 2 hours, but... well, let's just say 1 hour to 1.5 is probably going to be where we are going to be at for a while. And see you later. See you, little Venus. We'll talk again. Always a pleasure to have you around. As for me, I shall now go and do my usual. I shall beat you at you, because I do love my little outro. Have a good one and all of that, and just quickly let me take a look at the right, which is pretty damn empty. Surprising, but now, also not a good state to get used to. Now, on the left side, the druid side, we usually have a bit more to offer. First and foremost, we had the little Kronos coming by, probably before he was heading off to do shit again. It's very nice of him. Then we have the little Venus come by to, well, talk this, that, Garin, and ponies. It's really hard to put him into one single category now. He's a very wide range, understandably and amusingly. And then we had the little Papagag, who's like, hey, we play, and then he's like, I'm going to challenge my little colony now. Well, claim that it is a colony. And wondering when the colony shoots back, and goes like, nope. Well, that boat has beaten him in the ass rather heftily. Sadly, we're a bit out of time to play, otherwise I would have played another game with him. You know, continue to fuck with him, because, well, he starts off fucking with me, and he then wonders why the fuck I would fuck being back. Ain't sure that's this, isn't it? Me, to be fair, you know, in the past I have sometimes been the aggressor myself. I'm not going to even decline it, but usually because, you know, starting in a bad position, I can either without clay and then having zero cooperation trying to get some play on my island does make me look for alternatives ways how I can amuse myself in the game. Because you know, games are about amusement. So, I fucked with his island's name, and he hated it. Very much so. Pretty sure the streams are still... Yeah, they should be in the playlist on YouTube, so you know, if you want to see Papagak getting really annoyed about me changing his fucking island's name over and over and over again, you have the option for that. Just saying, you know. I'm an amusing little guy. When he gets really annoyed with me for doing stuff. But then again, you know, if you create a set of circumstances that is very disadvantageous for somebody, it makes their play slower. Oh, is it because they can't get resources, or because you steal their resources via ship? Well, you can't really blame them when they look for other ways to amuse themselves, now can you? Little concept that little Papagak seems to have a bit of a difficulty understanding, though. Let's not hold it against him, though. Let's take it here now. Have a good bit of a laugh, because, well, that's how you should take stuff like this. It's a game, you know. You need to have fun where you can. But yeah, I have nothing really planned for tomorrow yet. I'm feeling somewhere between Yakuza and the short tour again, so I'm probably having a lot of fun with Soto, so you know, kind of want to use the drift as long as it lasts, because that can change quickly, and then it's like, well, you're not going to see any sci-fi in like a million years. Yeah, too fair. Maybe a year. Maybe a bit more, until I get the mood again. I do kind of have to capitalize on that a bit. But you know, being an evil Sith Lord, kind of fun. I would like to build something, to be allowed to build on, you know, stuff like this, because this looks like something you could really do something with. Alas, the game is not that fair. But yes, I have no further notes, so I would say, since we have already gone through everybody named, I shall thank you very much, everyone on the more lurking side too, for dropping by. It's highly appreciated, and pat yourself on the shoulder, of course, for a job well done. And I shall see you all tomorrow with something. Something indeed. Now the question is, how the fuck do I get things done tomorrow morning? That's kinda... It's gonna be interesting, let's just say. Well, alas. Try my bestest, as they say. For the moment though,